So you obviously didn't sit at home in middle school and read Anne of Green Gables like I did, or read Star Wars novels in high school and kind of nerd out about Boba Fett and shit like that. So can you talk about, when did you read as a kid, or when did you come to reading? Did you just have to read your ass off when you're like 25? I mean, how did you kind of read, and how did you catch up, and how did you read all these people that you mentioned?
This probably explains some things. I read a lot of comic books when I was a kid. I never really read any novels. I think the first book I ever read, I was in 5th grade. It was called How to Eat Fried Worms. And don't ask me why. I remember that. But and the other thing was when I was probably 15 or 16, I read a lot of books on. I like nonfiction. I read a lot of books on serial murderers, Ed Gein, Gary Headley, the Zodiac Killer, all that kind of stuff. And I always found them interesting until you got to like the last part of the book, and that's when they had to go to court because they got caught. And that's why the book was written, and it was really boring because they were in the courtroom. They're like, oh, this sucks. But I'm like, how you cut these people up, murder them and stuff. And it's just kind of like, how do people do that? But after I graduated, I started studying Chinese martial arts and got into Buddhism and Taoism and all that stuff, and that kind of influenced a lot of the bare knuckles type, up in your face type stuff. But my father was a really big Clint Eastwood fan, the old spaghetti westerns, the Dirty Harry films, and when I write, I always think of that tough guy. You know, you don't see men as being too macho anymore. They're all buffed out and pretty, and they just don't look tough. They look like you could shatter them, you know, with your pinky. And too many guys are just, you know, the guys that I grew up around weren't that way. You know, they were real men. You know, they're not cut fucking wood for their stove to keep their house warm. And they worked 2 or 3 jobs to take care of their family. And they drank beer while they done it, or drank whiskey, and their wives stayed in the house and cooked, you know. And that's where a lot of that comes from. I had gotten a factory job probably when I was about 20, 21. I still work in the same place, but I work in the warehouse now. But when I was in the plant, where I had a lot of days off and I get bored, my wife and I went to see a film called Fight Club, but David Fincher had directed it. And in the credits I noticed it was written by Chuck Palahniuk. I was like, well, we watched the movie and I was like, it's a pretty fucked up movie, that's pretty good. And I went out and tried to find Fight Club. I wanted to read it. Of course, dumbass me, you know, the bookstores aren't going to have it because the film's out right now, you know, everybody's sold out of it. So I picked up one of his other books, I think it was Invisible Monsters. And I sat down and read it in like one setting. I was like, holy shit, this guy can write. I mean, I tried to read other stuff when I was in high school, like Stephen King. It's just kind of like what everybody else was reading, or Clive Barker, or Ernest Hemingway, that kind of stuff. And I couldn't get into it then. But I ended up reading everything that Chuck Palahniuk had written. And then I looked at a lot of the other authors that were comparable to him, like Irvine Welsh or A.M. Holmes. And I even came back and started reading Ernest Hemingway, Dostoevsky, just a lot of dark and gritty type stuff. And then eventually I found out about Larry Brown and all the other people that were similar to him. And basically from there I just told myself I could do it and started doing it, you know. Granted it took 10 years, but you know.